welcome to another reading vlog. In this vlog, I'm going to be reading The Teller of Small Fortunes, which is a book that follows our main character Tao, who is a fortune teller. She only tells small fortunes like whether or not it will bring tomorrow, if you're gonna fall and hurt yourself in a week's time, or who kissed who and things of that nature. She's capable of also reading into the future and telling big fortunes. This would be like life-altering information, but she doesn't do that because something happened in her past that made her realize it's not the best idea to tell big fortunes. Our main character also left her home, not out of choice but of necessity, and she travels from place to place where she finds customers interested in her gifts. Along the way, she meets two guys. One is a reformed thief, and I think the other is an ex-mercenary. The two are searching for a missing child, and they recruit the main character Tao to help them find the missing girl. Later on, a baker is meant to join their quest, and also a magical cat becomes part of the team. If this seems like a lot, it's not. All this is in the book blurb, so nothing is a spoiler in this vlog. Okay, so let's get reading. It's a different day and I am only 19% in, so I can't really say much, but I've read 50 pages so far. I wish I was more into the book, but I'm finding that once I put it down, I do not feel that compelled to pick it back up. So far, I've reached the section where Tal, the main character, who is a fortune teller, but she only tells small fortunes, meets up with these two other side characters that sort of recruit her to help find a missing child. The reason I feel I'm not that compelled to reading this story is because I feel the main character lacks a sense of agency. This is cozy fantasy, and the definition of cozy fantasy is usually low stakes, but I think for this book it's done in a way that prevents you from truly caring about the character's journey and how it unfolds. Tao, the main character, does not seem like she takes charge of the things that happen in her life. Instead, she just wanders about and embraces whatever happens, which makes for a character that is not that interesting to care about and care about their story and how it unfolds. Simply because I've read only 50 pages. I feel like I shouldn't pass judgment and just conclude the book isn't that great. So I'm gonna continue and hopefully things pick up. Now that they are traveling together to look for the missing child, I hope things start to feel a bit more exciting, and I hope the main character starts taking charge of her actions instead of just following whatever comes her way. It's on a Sunday and it's 12:48 p.m. I have to leave at like 1, which is just in a few minutes. But before that, let me see how much reading I can get done. This has turned out to be a disappointment that I did not see coming. Truth be told, this book has such a beautiful cover and a very interesting title that I really would not have guessed it's a very boring book.
Oh, damn! I'm sorry.
Which pains me to say, really pains me to say this, but it was very, very boring. At the 42% mark, which was page 110 for me, I decided to DNF this book because it was basically slowing down my reading to very worrying degrees level, and I think it was gonna put me in a reading slump. Gosh, but let's talk about the positives first. So the positives are that the world building is really beautiful and it's written very well in a way that really makes it easy for you to visualize the setting and the characters, and it is wholesome, I would say. Yes, I would describe it as wholesome, and at least that's one thing I appreciated about this. But that was just it. Like I think I've mentioned before in this reading vlog, the main character is just somebody who goes with the wind. She does not take charge of her life in any sense of the word. And I don't think you can ever have a compelling character who doesn't do anything. She just goes wherever the wind takes her, because that's very not interesting. And when I look at the blurb, I feel so frustrated because the blurb also makes you think that this is gonna be so interesting. And you know what? The story is what the blurb says, but they just forgot to make it feel like there's a sense of urgency to make things happen. So the blurb goes, Tao is an immigrant fortune teller, traveling between villages with just her trusty mule for company. She only tells small fortunes, whether it will hail next week, which boy the barmaid will kiss, when the cow will calve. She knows from bitter experience that big fortunes come with big consequences. Now this part, I do know why she knows from experience that big fortunes come with big consequences, and that was decently written. Like, at least it was written in a way that you saw the urgency and you saw why the character decided to make the decision not to use her powers to the full extent. Then it continues. Even if it's a lonely life, it's better than the one she left behind. But a small fortune unexpectedly becomes something more when a semi-reformed thief and an ex-mercenary recruit her into the desperate search for a lost child. The word recruit is very strong here. They didn't recruit her. In fact, the character is written in a way that it doesn't make sense why they recruited her or why they decided to join her and become a trio searching for this child, because things just happen in such a nonchalant way that you're left as a reader waiting for something more concrete to happen, and then you realize, no, this part of the plot has been fulfilled in this very underwhelming way. And let me just go back to this part where it says they recruit her into the desperate search for a lost child. If they were desperate, I never saw it, I never sensed it, I never read it, because these characters are way too relaxed for what their quest is or for what their challenge is. You're looking for a lost child or a missing child, but they're too calm about it, they're too relaxed. And you cannot have the stakes be a child is missing and have characters who are less relaxed. But anyway, I don't have much to say other than this was too underwhelming, and I think this author had everything to make this story just a little bit better. She just needed to raise the stakes and make things feel more urgent, and honestly, I feel like it would have been a totally different experience reading this. But yeah, man, what can I say? I had to DNF. I DNF'd it. I don't think I'll ever pick this back up, but I'd still want to read something else that this author writes, because I do feel like she had everything she needed to create such a great story. It's just she didn't raise the stakes as high as they needed to be within the confines of cozy fantasy. Otherwise, you can still tell this author is a skilled storyteller. Okay, moving on to the next book, and that is A Mouthful of Salt. I've actually started reading this, and so far I am on page, I'm 19% in, and I am on page 35. And I think the entirety of the book is 178 pages, really? So this is gonna be a quick short read. So far, I love the writing. The beginning was really grim, but also captivating. This book is set in Sudan, and we're focusing on a village that is close to the Nile. So the first part starts with a search party for a boy who has drowned, and the writing, like I said, it's so vivid, it's so captivating, and I found myself hooked to the first pages of this book, even though what's being talked about is something so dark, and the entire book seems like it has a sort of melancholic tone to it. So from the blurb, what I'm picking up is it's a book about change, and it's a book about deciding whether certain traditions and cultural practices are worth upholding, or they are basically regressive, harmful, and are better off being done away with or altered in a certain way. Okay, it is on a Sunday, and it's around, I don't know, I think it's 4:20 p.m. I don't know if I'm gonna read it right now. So I've been watching this K-drama called The World of the Married, and oh my god, the way that drama from episode 1 had my jaw on the ground, and I've never been able to pick it back up. The things, it's been a long time since I've been captivated by a series or a movie, and this is on another level. Each episode has me at the edge of my seat. I don't know what's gonna happen, and I don't know how things are gonna unfold. Like, I can't even predict one single thing, and I love that. I feel like that is becoming a rarity these days, especially in Hollywood films, And I feel like in Hollywood film, most of the time, but not all the time, things are just very sexualized for the shock value and the sort of trending benefits that people get from these things. But it doesn't seem like there's a focus on telling human stories with the goal of creating something that is timeless and still has so much to offer, even when you look at it 10 years from now or 20 years from now. Anyway, I don't know how this K-drama will age, but right now I'm enjoying it so much. I'm enjoying the fact that I cannot predict anything, and oh my god, the protagonist is also on another level. Like, the antagonist is batshit crazy, but the protagonist she will match the energy of anyone and double it. And sometimes I was like, are you really the antagonist? Am I supposed to be rooting for you? Because what you're doing right now is a bit wild. But then later on, I'm like, no, it made sense that she did that. But then after a few minutes or a few episodes, I'm like, crazy is what this protagonist is. I'm loving it so much, and I'm trying to make sure I don't get obsessed and binge watch the entire thing. But this book is fun. I'm also enjoying reading it, and I want to see where the story goes. I have never read anything that is set in Sudan, so this is a first, and it's exciting to see what a story set there is like, what the people there are like in terms of how the characters are written. And yeah, it's just exciting each time I pick up a book and it's from a country that I've never read about. So that is it for my little spiel and for this reading vlog. And I guess I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. If you are into bookish content, feel free to subscribe to my channel for all the bookish things. If you love reading vlogs, then I'm gonna link another reading vlog that I did where I went to a really cute cafe and basically read books that turned out to be, some of them turned out to be 5-star reads for me, and they're books I would recommend and reread multiple times.